In today's video, we are going to recreate this AI Iman Gadzhi edit in Davinci Resolve. Also, I'm very sorry for not posted lately. I have been very sick and I don't know if you can still hear, but my nose is still stuffed, but I feel a lot better. Okay, first thing first, I have already right here created these images in Leonardo AI, so you can do that too. It's a free AI image creation site, so you can check that out. First, let's see how long is the animation. Okay, it's somewhere around 4.3 seconds. Okay, let's go to the effects tab. Let's get our fusion composition and let's make it the same length as the video. Oh, by the way, all the assets will be available for free down in the description. So if you want to follow along with these exact assets, just download them and let's continue. Okay, now that we have added our fusion composition, let's go to the fusion tab. First and foremost, let's add a background node right here and let's set its alpha down to 0. Let's go to our media pool and add our video right here. What we are gonna need also is these pictures. As you can see here, I have this main picture. So if we wanted to animate this character, we couldn't because this character is one with this background. That's why I created two different photos that you're gonna see right now. First, we have this background photo. When we connect it, it's just a background photo. So let's rename it, press F2 and type in BG so we know which one is which. And here we have only our character. So let's add him in, as you can see. So let's rename it this to Only Man. Okay, so now that we have these images like this in separately, we can actually take our man and we can do whatever we want with him. So we can also put something behind him. So why do we do things like this? That's so we can animate this character right here. Let's close our media pool. Okay, now let's open this in two windows and let's go to media one. So we have something like this. As you can see right up top there, we have this gear turning. So let's go to our media pool and let's add our gear in. So let's rename it gear. Okay, let's close our media pool. What do we need for our gear? Well, actually first we need a background node with its alpha set to 0. And let's merge it over and then we can merge our gear over just like this. But as we want it to be white, we are gonna click on our merge right here and type in color generator right here and add it. Now we see something like this, but we just need to take the output from our gear and connect it to the effect mask of the color generator. And now we have something like this. Okay. Next thing that we can do is add in glow node, as this one glows. So let's increase our size and our glow to somewhere around here. As you can see right here, opacity is changed down. So let's go to our merge. Once we are in our merge, let's go to settings and right here we have blend and let's take it down to somewhere around here. Okay, this looks good for now. So now let's add in a transform node and let's scale it up to somewhere around here, I would say, and let's bring it up to here. So now we have this gear right here, but as you can see when we play this video, the gear is turning. So what we can do actually, let's go right here to 0, and on our angle let's put in a keyframe, and on the end let's put a keyframe as well. And on our last keyframe, we are just gonna put it somewhere around minus 150, I would say. So let's type in minus 150. So now when we play it, it looks something like this. I'm quite happy with how that turned out, but we can actually increase our glow a bit more. Now let's bring our glow size down a bit. to somewhere around here. Okay, now we have finished with this. We are finished with this grid. What we can actually do more, as you can see around here, it is darker, so we can add a vignette. Let's add that. We have this vignette in, so let's bring our size to somewhere around here, and let's bring this all the way out to the media out like this. And as you can see in this video of Iman Gadzhi, everything has like a blue tint on it. So how do we fix that? We go where our background is, we select all of this, move it out of the way, and then we click on this merge, press Shift plus space, and then type in color corrector right here. And what we can do actually is bring this bit down somewhere around here, I would say. So it has a bit of that blue tint on it, and I would say this looks about good, but you can play with it. These are the values if you want to copy this exactly. Okay, next what we can do, as we can see when we play this video, this character right here is kind of moving. So what we can do, actually, we can't really recreate this exact movement, but we can add movements to it. So click on our man PNG and then Shift plus space and type it grid warp. So this one right here. So let's add our grid warp. Now we have something like this. Let's just close this to one viewer. We are gonna bring this grid size down to, and our Y grid size down to as well. So now we have something like this. Why did we do this? As you can see now, we can actually make this character move with this. So let's undo this. We can actually decrease the distance and a bit of strength to somewhere around here. I would say that it would be enough. Or what we can do is add 3 Y grids. So then we only move the upper part of his body. This looks better. Okay, so let's just undo that movement right there. And if we want to animate the movement of our guy, let's go back to frame 0. We just have to click this right here. So let's click it. Let's go forward some 15 frames. And let's bring him a bit to the right. Then we can go forward some 20 frames. Bring him back to the left, and we can go to frame 60 and bring him back to the middle again. So now when we play it, we have a bit of a moment with our guy right here. Okay, then click on this grid warp node and let's go to the spline. Select this and click this button right here. It's zoom to fit. Then what we can actually do is go and click select all, and then click this button right here that says set loop. So now our guy is set in a loop and he will move non-stop. So let's see that now. And he moves, as you can see. So he has movement throughout the whole duration of our composition, which is great. Okay, now that we have finished this, let's go back to viewers. Let's go here and here. Let's adjust this a bit. Okay. Next thing that we want to do is add this text right here. So as we can see right here, it starts dropping down and spawning in. And when it does that, let's zoom it in. It has this like scrambling of text before it shows the word. So we can easily replicate that in Davinci. We can do that easily by adding a text plus node and connecting it over. Once we do that, let's type in something like edited by MBvisualedits on YouTube. Let's change our font to Montserrat and let's get it to regular. Let's then add a follower. Let's change the delay to something like 0.4 for now. Later we will see if it looks alright. Let's go to our text tab right click right here, and then we can add a text scrambler. And let's go back to our follower. We can insert character level styling right here, and then select this MBvisualedits and change that to bold, because this right here is bold, so we can add the boldness inside also. So let's go back to our text scrambler right here and delete these numbers from right here. Okay, let's go to the follower. Let's go to our shadings tab. We will go right down to position right here and offset X and Y. We will leave a keyframe right there. So on the frame 7, we will leave a first keyframe. It will open this path menu, but just go back to follower. And let's go somewhere around frame 35, I would say. And then go back and leave another keyframe on the Y. So let's get the Y to minus, because it has to go down somewhere to -4, I would say. -0.4. It will work great, I think. So now we have something like this. We could go back to our timing and change the delay a bit, somewhere around 0.75. And now we have something like this. We can also go to our text scrambler right here and leave a keyframe on frame number 7 on the randomness scale, and then also on the frame 35. On the frame 35 it will be 0, but on the frame 1 we can scramble it up a bit to somewhere around here, 0.089. So now when we play it, it looks something like this. I think that looks okay. So let's go back to our follower now. Again to our shading. And we can actually go back to frame 7, click on opacity, and go back on frame 35 and click on opacity again. Let's go back to the first frame and get our opacity down to 0. So now as it goes in, it will start to spawn. And I think this looks quite okay. Let's just go to spline right here. And let's go to this displacement right here. And then just smooth it out. So let's see now, how does it look? It looks a lot better. We can also go to the opacity also. And just turn off the offset. And again, just select all and press S on your keyboard to smooth it out. So now it looks something like this, which I think looks quite okay. Okay, so now let's close out our spline and let's bring in a transform node. So as we can see, it's placed right on the top corner, somewhere around here. So that's exactly what we are gonna do. So let's go on the top corner, somewhere around here. Should be okay. We can actually go to our text and decrease the size to 0.05. And then let's go to our transform and just set it somewhere around here. I would say that it looks okay. So let's see it now in action. Okay, I think the text can go a bit smaller again to 0.035. This looks about right now. Next thing that we can do is add this line right here that you see. So it's just a single line animating. So let's add that now. We can actually add it under our text. And then we can add a background node and set its alpha to 0. Then we can add a paint node, connect our background node to our paint node, and merge it over our text. Let's zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm merging over. So let's go to our paint node. Let's change our brush size to somewhere around here. It should be alright, I think. Okay, so let's change our color to this purple right here. And then we are gonna click this right here, this polyline stroke. So let's click right here and then press shift and click right here so it makes a straight line. We can change it to circular and then just make it smaller like this. We can actually make it a bit smaller again. Okay, so let's see now how does this animate. When we see it, it goes from the middle, as you can see right here, from frame 11. We are gonna have something like this. Let's write it on to this side and then to this side, and then just keyframe it, and it goes all the way to frame 65. We can keyframe it again and bring this over and this over. So now when we see it, it's gonna be like this, which is nice. Next thing that we can do is, after our paint node, add a glow node. So now it has a bit of glow. Okay, that's a bit too much, but somewhere around here I think works great. You can go and just make it a bit smaller like this, and in our blend we can decrease our blend a bit more. Next thing that we can do is, actually, as you can see, it has this fade. So we can do exactly that by taking our rectangle mask and connecting it to our paint's effect mask. So we can bring it right over here, as we can see, to somewhere around here, and then just increase our soft edge. And then we have this soft edge as it goes on. So now as it animates, it's gonna have this fade out, which is great. I still think that we can get this brush size even smaller. Somewhere around 0.15 should be enough. But also, let's decrease our glow size a bit, but increase our glow. Let's decrease a bit more, and we can decrease a bit of that glow also. So now it looks something like this, which is great. Okay, now we have done a lot of progress right here. So we have this. Next, we need this, as you can see here, that spawns these like brackets and then the text inside. So let's get our gear right here, and we can actually take this all and move it. I think we should move it one by one, so we can make it look nicer. And then our rectangle right here. Okay, so we can get this up to right around here. And then here we can add our merge node to this. We are gonna need this merge node for a bit later. So first, let's create these like brackets right here. And we are gonna do that by adding a background node. And let's go right here and copy this color and add it right here. So we have the same color for everything. Next thing that we are gonna need is an ellipse mask. So let's connect our ellipse mask right here and connect our background to our merge. So now we have something like this, but we don't want it to be solid. So we are gonna check this, and now we don't see anything. That's okay, because we can increase our border width somewhere around here, I would say. And as you can see, now it has created the exact thing that we want. But we also want to create like these brackets. How do we do that? Well, that's easy. Just add another ellipse mask and connect it to our first ellipse mask. So again, we have something like this. But we're gonna go to our first ellipse mask, and instead of merge, we will go to minimum. After we have done that, let's go back to the second ellipse and adjust it like this. Let's click invert, and as we adjust it like this, we can increase our soft edge. Let's decrease it a bit, and now we have these brackets as we wanted. We can go over and copy this glow and just paste it, and holding shift and dragging over the line, just add it. But for this, it's a bit too much, so we are gonna decrease this glow and a blend of glow as well. And we are gonna decrease our glow size somewhere around here. And let's get this glow over here. Now we can increase our glow size a bit and blend like this. And now it also has glow. Next thing that we can do, we can go to our text and just copy this over and just paste in like this and just merge it right here. So now we have our text in. Let's go to our modifiers. Let's go to our follower. This says financial, so let's type in financial like this. We don't need this character level styling, so we can just delete it. Let's go back to our tools and monster art, bold. Let's go back to our modifier. It's okay, so to have it like this, yes it is, but we need it right here, so it needs to start at frame 80. So how do we do that? We go to our keyframes with our text selected. We open this up. Let's just zoom it in. Select all of these and just drag them over right here. So now it starts exactly at the same time as his does. What we can also do is right here, we can go and add in a transform node. So we just make this smaller right around here, I would say. Looks okay. Go to our text. We can add a transform on that too. Just size it up a bit more and just put it in the middle right there. Let's go back to our text one, go to modifiers, and then we can again add a text scrambler. Delete these numbers because we don't want numbers. Go here, keyframe it, go right here, keyframe it again. Let's go to our first text just to see where the text scrambler was keyframed. At first, 0.0. Okay, let's copy this value, go back to the second text, and as we already have keyframes, we can just go to the first one and type in this value. And then we have something like this. I forgot to mention this. The brackets actually have their own, as you can see, they have their own mask, so they're spawning in like this. But to do that, we're gonna make entirely separate 3 lines, so let's get our background first in, to somewhere around here. We can increase our width and height to the maximum. Then we can take this and go like this. Take it out. Then we can go take this and delete it. Let's now make this here. And merge this over. And also we can merge this text over. And then connect everything right here. So let's get this over to this side and this to this side. Now it looks okay. So now we take this ellipse mask and connect to the merge of our tree where our brackets are. Go to this merge and let's get our ellipse a bit smaller, so somewhere around here. And then let's get this down here. So around frame 85, we can keyframe our center, and around frame 105, we can keyframe it again and just bring it up to here. And now we have the exact same thing happening. Okay, as we see, the next step is creating the 3 of these brackets with different text inside them. We can easily do that by just taking everything right here and then just let's go copy it once, paste it once and paste it 2 times. We are gonna disconnect this from here, connect this to here, this to here, and then we can take the output of this node and connect it to our merge down at the bottom, which is right here. So the first text was financial, the second text will be location. So let's go to our second text right here. Let's go to our modifier, to our text in our follower modifier, and just change it to location, and the last text will be time. So let's go back to see how this moves. It goes from the middle right there and goes left, and the next one comes to the middle. Actually, they don't come to the middle, they stay in between, and then when the next one spawns in, the second one goes to the middle. As we now have to move both the text and the brackets, we are gonna go to the merge of the second bracket, and we are gonna put in an expression. We are gonna go to merge 8th right here, and then we are gonna pin it. So this is the merge of our text in the second bracket. Let's go right here and connect to this center right here. So now we go to our merge 8, as you can see here, and we move both at the same time. But also we are gonna need to increase our ellipse width to the maximum right here so we can see it. Okay, let's unpin merge 8, and then we will go do the same with merge 7 right here. 7.2, so we are gonna add an expression to it. Let's go to the merge of our text and pin it. Let's go back to this merge and just connect it to the center of the second merge. And now again, we can just go to this merge and just add it in somewhere around here. But also we are gonna need to expand our ellipse mask a lot further, so we have something like this. So let's go to our merge and just make it a bit more like this. So now we have this. Okay, since this all is connected to the merge, right at the bottom here, we can control location of everything with just this merge. This is the same as null in the After Effects. So we can use this, or we could also go right up here, click on this merge, and just add in transform node. It would do the exact same thing. Let's unpin this merge and let's go to our transform now. Okay, we only have our transform, which is amazing. Also, these look a bit smaller, so we can actually go and change their size right here to somewhere around 0.75, I would say. So we have this, it happens right here, and on frame 130 it starts to move. So let's keyframe this on frame 130, just keyframe the center, go right here to frame 190 and keyframe it again and change the X value so they look something like this. And then from frame 190 it stays there a bit until the frame 207, so we can leave a keyframe again there, and again it moves right to the frame 265, so we can keyframe it again and adjust to look like this. So now it's in the middle. Then we can click our spline right here, zoom alt fit, select the first two keyframes, smooth them out, and we could actually do something like this. We can actually press D to see, so our ease in set to 90, and we can do the same for the second two keyframes. Press S on our keyboard and set ease in to 90. Okay, let's see now how does it look. Okay, and then it waits a bit and then moves again. That looks great. Let's close our spline. Let's go to our transform and then just turn on motion blur. So now when it moves, we're gonna have a bit of that motion blur, which is amazing. Let's just fix this so it stays where it should. So let's go back to viewers, adjust this. We are almost done with this animation. The only thing that we have to do, as you can see, when it's financial, it's just financial. We don't see anything else. And then it shows right when it starts moving. So right here, the location should start showing only then. So let's go, and right here, this was our second bracket and location. We can select all of those and go right here to keyframes and open everything up like this, as you can see, and then let's select all of them and drag them to 146. We will do the same with this. Just drag it to 146. Let's close the keyframes. Let's see now, how does it look? Exactly how we wanted it to. So we will do the same with the time. So it starts on frame 209. Again, let's select all of the nodes associated with this bracket and text. Again, go to our keyframes, open everything up. As you can see, let's zoom Alt Fit and then select all of them, move them to the frame 209 right here, and same with this frame 209. And now when we close it, we have something like this, but for some reason, oh, I think I accidentally changed the trajectory of this. Okay, we just had to do this. Okay, now it looks good. I accidentally changed the rotation of our mask. Next thing that we can do, as you can see right here, we can actually make this a bit smaller again. Let's go here. Just a bit smaller. To 0.7, somewhere around 0.7, I would say. And let's go to merge, where all this is connected, and just bump it up a bit. It's somewhere around here. Yep, this looks about right. What we can also do, go to this right here that we made. Let's find it. So it's this right here. So go to this merge and size it down a bit, and we can just readjust it to fit perfectly. What we can also do is take our man and just put it all the way right here. So now, even if this moves, it will be behind him. We don't have to worry about it going over him. This would be the entire animation, so you can take a look for yourself. This is the finished product. And if you would want to see me recreate something, please then just DM me on Twitter or on Instagram. Send me that clip that you would like me to recreate. And if I think that it's good enough for the video, we are gonna do a video on it. So if you want to learn more about how to edit in Davinci, then this video is for you.